Welcome to Overcoming Substance Misuse by Sandy R. Mays. In this episode, he'll be sharing replacement methods anyone can use to recover from illegal substance misuse and maintain their sobriety. Sandy realized he needed to swap the harmful habits that once brought him joy during his addiction for activities that could bring even greater happiness. He's ready to share some of the safe, enjoyable, and meaningful replacements that helped him through his recovery. While these ideas might not work for everyone, he hopes they will encourage others who are struggling to develop their own methods. And now, Overcoming Substance Misuse with Sandy R. Mays.
So pretty much everybody who knows me and have read my books or follow me here and on my other social media platforms are familiar with my personal journey through illegal substance use, misuse, and recovery. I've shared plenty of my struggles and parts of my achievements. I've always tried to be open and honest about what I experienced along the way. Now, in the spirit of honesty, I will admit that during my years of using illegal substances, there were many joyful moments. Now, while I missed out on plenty of other joyful moments, life during that time wasn't all bad. Even though life in recovery is a million times better than being trapped by addiction, sobriety still comes with its own challenges. That's what I'm going to talk about today, because along with them challenges, as I was facing them, I came up with ways to address them. You know, some days are filled with challenges. You know, for me, the only joy I can get is from being able to say, I woke up. And that's because I know there are many others who didn't wake up. Now, what I'm getting at is that even leaving an abusive situation doesn't guarantee life is going to be free of disappointments and setbacks. Life is always going to be lifing, as the saying goes. Challenges will always be there. They might come from a significant other, or the demands of a job, or even a health condition. Even though challenges are part of everyday living, in my experience, it's a lot less stressful to tackle them with a clear mind. Now, during my addiction, I relied on substances to navigate challenges and create a sense of joy. And once I began the recovery process, I knew that would have to change. So I developed a replacement method that helped me find joy when I needed it and to help me tackle the challenges in life. In this video, I'm going to share those replacement methods I came up with and why I found them valuable. These are some safe and enjoyable ways to enjoy life without the use of illegal substances. And these methods might not work for everyone the way they did for me, but I hope they inspire others to develop their own methods. As a Christian, I always seek guidance through prayer and meditation. So that was the first method, that is the first method that I'm going to share here. Prayer and meditation. Now, for those who don't believe in God or a higher power, it never hurts to say a prayer. I wouldn't be where I am today if I had not only sought His guidance, but also followed His advice when I was given advice. Or for recovery purposes, I can say I was given directions. Meditation helps me recognize the quiet, subtle ways that God answers prayers. A lot of times it's not a big booming voice or something that's in your face. A lot of times it's a very quiet whisper. And meditation gets me in, I guess you could say, position where I can hear it with clarity. Now, a prayer doesn't have to be alone. Just ask for help. I'm often specific with my prayers depending on the issue, but sometimes a simple God help me is enough. Like I said, it never hurts to ask. The second thing I started doing was reading, and I did it to expand my mind rather than for entertainment. Whether it was books or on the internet. I believe that the more time I spent absorbing knowledge, the less time I wasted worrying about unnecessary things. In these challenging times, I sometimes found myself concerned about how events might impact my life, especially financially. Even as a Christian, I admit there were moments when I worried about tomorrow, but my faith keeps that worry from turning into stress. Having experienced grace and mercy, I've learned not to let anything weigh me down. I really enjoy reading things that offer clarity rather than just being entertaining. The third method I used was eating healthy, and that was a challenge. Because at the start of my recovery, my diet had no restrictions. For the first 2 years of my recovery, I didn't eat as well as I should have. But luckily, I started working in the health food industry, and during that time, most of my meals came from there. Now, during my years of abuse, the substances I had been using interfered with how much nutrition or how much nourishment my body absorbed during that period. Afterwards, I realized that healthy eating helped restore my body much faster after years of not eating properly. Like I said, during the first couple of years of my recovery, I ate foods that provided little nutritional value. But once I changed my diet, I could feel the difference. Now, the fourth method I used was exercise. I challenged myself to start working out, beginning with light exercises. And I did these light exercises at home, and they included taking walks every other day for 5 days a week. After a few months, I added bike riding to my routine, and eventually I joined the gym. Exercising keeps my mind sharp and my body in good shape, especially as I've gotten older. My advice though is to start slowly and gradually work your way into a routine that is comfortable and safe for you. Now me, I spoke with my doctor to get her input. You know, you can purchase home exercising equipment like stretch bands and small hand weights just to start out. I also posted a video on the importance of exercising, diet, and nutrition during recovery. A link to that video is going to be in the comment section of this one. So, to sum up, these are the methods I use to keep making progress in my recovery. 1, prayer and meditation for guidance. 2, reading to stimulate my mind and improve critical thinking. 3, eating healthy, which also impacts my mental well-being. And number 4, physical exercise to maintain my energy level as I age. These methods I use every day, not only to keep moving forward in my recovery, but also to grow into a better, more productive person, both physically and mentally. I'm aiming for longevity, and I know that takes effort. I hope this video helped to exhibit how someone else can work toward becoming the best version of themselves after overcoming substance abuse or any type of abusive behavior. I encourage anyone out there struggling to seek help and come up with their own method. Now, if there's anyone out there interested in learning more about my story, I will post the information on how to purchase my books and a flyer at the end of this video. My contact information will also be included for anyone who has some questions, suggestions, or who would like to receive a signed copy of the books. Please feel free to leave a comment. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Now, in the next video, I'm going to talk about the pursuit of recovery. Because it's not something that's easily achieved. Many times it takes a lot of effort. It requires a pursuit. So come back next time. Thanks for watching this video.
Sandy would like to thank everyone who has purchased copies of his books. If you haven't, please consider doing so. You can purchase them on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart Online, and ShePublishingLLC.com. You can also email him to arrange for an autographed copy at sandymays223@gmail.com. The book titles are The Effective Use of Spiritual Tools and The Pressures of Addiction, Finding a Way Out. The first book can now be purchased for a special low price. Bundle and save.